Okay, today is February the 6th, 2018, and right now at 6 p.m. we have a temperature of 66 degrees in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 57%. The dew point is 51 degrees, and we have a barometric pressure of 30 inches even. All right, so we're looking at the northeast Pacific water vapor loop. We can see a disruption in the jet stream flow right here, just diving down towards the Hawaiian Islands. We have an area right here, a low pressure system that has a transmitter on it. We can see that there's a big void here where the evaporation is all occurring. And then it winds back up as a tropical moisture field and up and around this high pressure that's been installed off the west coast of the United States. Also, we have a developing storm system right here. This is probably just a gale or something. It doesn't look too well organized because it has transmitter manipulation right on top of that, the center of that low, which is right here on the East Pacific water vapor loop. We can see the straight edges here, this right angle. We have a couple of straight edges there. So this is being squashed as it moves towards the southwest United States. And we can see the high pressure being installed. We have actually a wind forecast because this transmitter is putting high pressure. It's installing high pressure right adjacent to this. We have jet stream flow, which is diving down and moving out into the eastern part of the country. But we have this high right here going in, and that will prevent the northbound movement of this moisture field. So we've got opportunities for rain from the north. We can see that wrapping down. Everything is evaporating right here. And then we have opportunity from the south. That's being stopped. Taking a look here at the infrared map, we see all that evaporation right here. Everything is just evaporating where that high pressure has been installed. Looking at the bigger map, we see the developing storm up here with a step pattern. This is all being manipulated with the transmitter activity as well, satellite transmitter heating. And we see that that jet stream flow is being evaporated towards this low right here. There's a low pressure sitting over the Hawaiian Islands. So we have, look at all this moisture here, all being blocked. So we have to get a little bit political when we talk about weather manipulation. And the reason for that is because the science has been corrupted. It's been perverted by people like Al Gore and the Clintons. We cannot ignore that. That's why I'm doing these videos. Take a look at this blast pattern right over here on this one edge. Right there. Let's take a look at this in the East Pacific infrared loop. This area is being targeted right there. All right, next let's take a look at the SSEC map for the, this is the water vapor loop for the west coast. This is a 6.5 micrometer wavelength that we're looking at. And we can see very clearly where the high pressure is being installed right up here. We've got a low that's actually spinning right up over the Utah area and Colorado, right up over here. We've got high pressure going in right here, which will block that from diving into California. So notice the color. We get some pretty good contrast right here. Now, if we take a look at the same view from the NOAA GOES EAST map, which is right here, this is the NOAA GOES EAST map, and we have the loop going, and you'd never know on this map here that we've got a high pressure being installed. There's a very, very slight color difference. We can see that right here. But again, this has basically been rendered sort of useless, really, because we cannot see the detail that we can see in the 6.5 micrometer water vapor map. This one over here is a 6.9 micrometer map. They've changed the wavelength on this water vapor map. This is actually a mid-level tropical water vapor map. And if we look at the upper level map, we can try that just for the hell of it. And I'll show you what we see. We can go to the upper level map, which is 6.2 micrometer. We'll let that load up. And drag the map over here, and we can see that there's really no detail to be seen in these new water vapor maps. They've sliced up the water vapor map into the lower, mid, and upper level maps. And the usual 6.5 micrometer map right here is what we're used to looking at. We get some very good contrast, and we can see very clearly what's going on. And so I think what's happened is that the weather controllers, the people behind this scheme to manipulate our weather, have now they're changing all the maps. The color maps on the NOAA site are pretty much the same. They show some detail. We'll have to study them and get used to the color and how things look. But this is not an improvement. This is about 10 steps backwards from what we're used to looking at. So there, once again, is the water vapor map, the upper level water vapor map. We can't really see much. We can go back to the other one here, channel 9, which is the mid-level map. That is closest to what we're used to looking at, 6.9 micrometer. That's what we're looking at here. The other one is 6.5 on the old map. And we see that there's no contrast. There's very little contrast here. We can't really see the detail that we need to see to do these reports. And so there it is. So we have just a kind of a, this actually looks like the skies over Los Angeles. Really, when you look at this looks like a chemtrail haze. All right, so we have a opportunity for rain, and we see that right here, moving into Southern California. This is being squashed, this low pressure system. We see the straight edges, and that will all be blocked, and we're expecting wind, and that would come from the this high pressure that's being installed adjacent to the low pressure right over here. Got high pressure installed out here. We see a blast pattern right through here. There's probably some thunderstorm development, which is being stifled as this moves up and around and down back into the Northwest U.S. So the people up here in Montana, Idaho, and all around here are probably being sprayed like bugs. If you look at the telecast Doppler map, zoom out a little bit. Let's see if we can get this map to work. Okay, this map is not working. Not working. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, so we can see that there's very little rain. There's no rain in California, and no rain in Oregon or Idaho, or a little bit of snow in Montana. And here we are in the middle of February. So we've been robbed. We've got terrorists controlling our weather. We have to look at this from a political standpoint. If that hurts people's feelings on this channel, that's just too bad. I'm not going to apologize for that. We have to look at every angle. This has to be stopped. We need to find out who's doing it. One thing we do know is that our president, the new one, Trump, is not buying into the Paris Climate Agreement for obvious reasons. He knows what's going on. We're trying to educate people right here on this channel to what's going on. And if that doesn't work, if that doesn't satisfy everybody watching, well, that's too bad. We have corruption that's been exposed at the top levels of the FBI and now the State Department and also the CIA. Those people have the power and the wherewithal to stop a lot of the weather manipulation that we're seeing. The Air Force, same thing. I'm sure that the Air Force is involved. The bottom line is that we have to get to the bottom of this. I don't care what political party we're talking about. We have to get to the bottom of this. Okay, so that's the bottom line. And we have no rain. Again, we've had 1 day of saturating rain down here in LA. That was on January the 9th, early in the morning. 1 day. That was 3 inches of rain we've got since July 1st. So once again, here it is, folks. We've got rain opportunities from the north right here, and then from the south right here. And we get nothing. We had clear skies today because of this high pressure. No chemtrails visible in the skies in the LA area. All right, so we'll see what happens. It looks like this will stick around for a couple of days while this trend continues. This trend here where we have blocking high pressure, and we have this system here. This will be squashed up probably by tomorrow. Okay, so that's it. We'll do another one later.